Hey everybody. I am really looking disheveled. I just came from the farmer's market. Well, I'm still there technically in the area. Just walked to my car and put stuff in the car. And I don't know if it was just me, but oh my gosh. I never sweat so much in my life. I'm sweating bullets. It's only like 84 degrees outside, so I think it's just me. I always say my thermometer is broken. And so I don't even think I didn't get everything I wanted to get. I don't think I've seen zucchini, or I got some squash and some watermelons and stuff like that. I just had a lot to carry, and I bought this new basket, and I bought it from Walmart, and the damn wheel kept coming off. So it was a bit of a fiasco. It still was helpful, but it was a fiasco. So I gotta see if I can find the receipt and take that dang on basket back, because I need a basket that's gonna work for me, like at the beach, and then also when I come to the farmer's market, because I don't never just get just a little bit of nothing when I go to the farmer's market. I always, load up, because I only come to the farmer's market like once every 2 weeks, because vegetables will last a long time if you store them properly. So like the watermelons will definitely, I've been killing watermelons, so I decided to get 2, because I can eat 1 watermelon in a week, and the watermelon actually will last for a while. Like I had a watermelon for almost a month sitting on my counter, and it was still good when I cut it open, you guys. So it all depends on how you store things. Like your cucumbers, you need to store them out on the counter. They'll last for a really long time. You put them in the refrigerator, they'll go bad real fast. And tomatoes also, and I didn't really realize this, and I was wasting a lot of vegetables. I also haven't bought any green onions in a while, because I've been growing my own green onions. So if you buy some green onions, when you snip off that green part and to eat it, you just need to make sure that you actually put it in some water, and it will start growing back. So I haven't had to buy any in a while. Now these people are standing in front of my car, and I know they hear the car going, because I know the Prius is pretty silent, but when the air conditioning is going, you can hear it running. You can hear the car running. So I am now on my way back towards my house. I don't know if I'm gonna go home. I actually had to get some, this was kind of a weird kind of farmer's market trip to begin with, because I had to pick up items for other people as well as me, which made the cart super handy if it would have worked correctly. And another thing to take into consideration if you buy a cart is if the wheels pivot. My wheels didn't pivot, and I think that's probably why it didn't work correctly to begin with. So I'm gonna have to invest in something. That's an investment for me, because I am a girl and I don't like carrying stuff. I'd rather like ride it. You heard the term work smarter, not harder. Well, I worked hard today, and I swear I'm so glad I'm in the air conditioning. Y'all have no idea. Something else that I want to talk about today was mindfulness, being mindful. And it's like being mindful really about your surroundings and the food that you eat. This morning when I woke up, I turned on the computer, and I was watching some documentaries on vegetarianism. And what I did was I turned it on my computer, and I got up and I went to the bathroom, and then on my iPad I started playing something else. And I immediately noticed like the whole air in my space just kind of changed. It turned kind of chaotic, because I had all this noise going on around me, and that's not really how I like for my mornings to roll. I like the quietness of the morning, and how I always say the air is kind of still, in the mornings. Even if you go for a walk, it just seems like the air is nice and still and calm, because people haven't started stirring the air up yet. So I immediately got up and started stirring the air up. I wasn't even woke yet, and it wasn't that great of a feeling when I woke up this morning. So I have to be mindful of my space, and you should be mindful of your space too. And then the next thing when it comes to mindfulness is the food that you eat. When I went to the farmer's market, I always pass this guy and he always asks me, because they don't recognize people, and I'm not going to say we all look alike, because it's the same thing with white people and black people. You just don't recognize people when you see them. But the guy, he sells cheese, and he says, do you like cheese? And I said, do you sell vegan cheese? He said, no, I don't sell vegan cheese. And he asked me, while I was standing in line, how long have you been vegan? And I told him that I've been going vegan probably for just a few months, but I actually been vegetarian for some years. I actually was vegetarian and I started eating like more meat, and then I just had to stop that because I was not being mindful of what I was eating, and it was really bad for my health. So I had to just stop it, and then I decided that I'm going to try to go full on vegan because not only for my health. At first I did it for health reasons, but now I'm really being mindful and beginning to see the impact of us as a whole eating meat, eating animal products, and dairy is just not good for you. And I've just been doing a lot of research and really kind of taking in the things that I listen to, and a lot of things make sense, like milk. Cow's milk is made for baby cows. Cows produce milk for baby cows, and so we're a different species than a cow, and that's why it's so hard for us to digest milk. And I have been lactose intolerant for years. Of course, I wasn't as mindful of what I was eating and drinking, and so I just kept on drinking it or taking some lactose pills, so I can have some ice cream and stuff. And that's the most idiotic thing in the world, in my opinion, for me. So I'm not judging anybody that wants to continue eating that way and just feeling bad. So that's just an example of why I don't want to eat dairy products again. Now, I do still have some cheese in my refrigerator that has milk in it, but once it's gone, I'm not going to buy anymore. I'm just going to buy vegan choices. So technically I'm not all the way vegan. I always say I have a non-committed diet, because people want to label you into certain categories, and they want to not help you stick with it, but they feel like they're making you suffer by we're going to the steakhouse and you can't go because you don't eat meat, which is not true. I can still go and I can still find some choices even at a steakhouse. And so, but the thing is, do I want to support the steakhouses by giving them my money? So that's another thing. That's a whole nother topic though. So again, it's like just being mindful of what you have in your food. And I always say I'm a ninja ingredient reader as well. So somebody gave me some bread, and I ate, and the bread is not vegan, which I didn't know when I bought it. And I had ate some, but it's not a deal breaker for me. I just know that I have to be mindful when it comes to even bread, whether it's going to be vegan or not. So that's what you have to think about. It's not, and then you have to do things in baby steps as well. So I started out, eliminating certain meat products from my diet, and then now I'm getting rid of the dairy as well, and I stopped eating the fish. And so all these things I'm being mindful, and I can feel my body is changing. It feels lighter. I've lost weight. My blood work came back better when I went to the doctor, and I want it to be even better. So and I have high cholesterol too, so I have to try to see if I can reverse my high cholesterolism, and I'll let you guys know how to do. You guys are on the journey with me for me to have a truly healthier eating. And I will incorporate exercise again. It's just like I said, I was just out here walking, and it's not that I'm so out of shape. It's just hot here right now. It's just too hot to be outside, and I like exercising outside. And I can't wait until it starts cooling down just a bit, and I can get back outside. It's just the humidity here in Florida is it's stifling. And I'm burning up right now, and I have the air conditioning on. I'm sweating. You guys can see. So that's it. I didn't want this video to be too long, and it's too long already. I just wanted to talk a little bit about mindfulness. So be mindful of your surroundings and the things that you put in your body, because it's just going to be better for you. And if it's better for you, I always say I'm making my world better, and the world benefits as well. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and sign off and say love, peace, and hair grease from your sweet lotus blossom and lovable Lizzie. Have a fantabulous day and enjoy life.